Welcome to our deep dive, into Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. You guys have sent over some excerpts from the book itself and even some testimonials about how this book has impacted people's lives. So let's kind of, uncover what Hill believed were the essential principles for achieving wealth and success.
It is intriguing that Hill spent over 2 decades studying over 500 successful individuals, from entrepreneurs to inventors, all in an attempt to decode their success. He called this the secret, something he believed could help anyone achieve their goals.
A secret. That definitely piques my curiosity. Is it some kind of magic formula?
Not exactly. Throughout the book, Hill alludes to the secret, but it's not a quick fix or a single equation. As we delve into the principles, we'll see. It's more about developing a specific mindset, a way of thinking that sets the stage for success.
Okay, so it's more about cultivating the right mental attitude than stumbling upon some kind of hidden treasure map. I'm ready to dig in. Where do we start?
Hill begins by emphasizing the power of burning desire. He introduces us to Edwin Barnes, who had this all-consuming desire to work with Thomas Edison.
Edison, the inventor of the light bulb and phonograph. Barnes set his sights pretty high. What's so remarkable about his story?
Barnes had no money, little education, and no connections to Edison, but what he did have was an unshakable determination. He even hopped a freight train just to get to Edison's lab.
Wow, he was seriously committed. But did Edison even give him a chance?
According to Edison himself, Barnes had this intense look in his eyes, a burning desire that was undeniable. Edison recognized that unwavering determination and gave him a chance, a menial job at first, but it was a foot in the door.
So it wasn't Barnes's qualifications that landed him the job, but his sheer willpower, this burning desire, sounds pretty powerful.
It is. Barnes didn't just wish or hope to work with Edison. He lived and breathed this desire.
Hill emphasizes this point. It's not enough to simply want something. You need a burning desire that fuels your actions.
This makes me wonder, if Barnes had just approached Edison with a resume and a polite request, would he have had the same outcome? Is Hill suggesting that passion and drive can outweigh traditional qualifications? That's a great question. Hill doesn't discount the importance of skills and knowledge, but he argues that those are often secondary to the driving force of desire. This burning desire fuels persistence and resilience, which are crucial for overcoming the inevitable obstacles on the path to success.
So it's about channeling your passion into action and refusing to give up. Speaking of not giving up,
Yeah.
Hill shares another story, one that's almost painful to hear. It's about R.U. Darby's uncle, who stopped digging for gold just 3 feet away from a fortune.
It's a story that highlights the cost of giving up too soon. Darby's uncle and his partners had spent weeks digging for gold. They finally hit a vein, but it seemed to disappear. Discouraged, they sold their equipment and gave up.
That's heartbreaking. What happened next?
The man who bought their equipment was a mining engineer. He understood the geology of the area and knew that fault lines could shift gold veins. He calculated where the vein might have shifted, drilled 3 feet deeper, and struck a massive gold deposit worth millions.
Oh, that must have been a tough lesson to learn. But how does this relate to the idea of achieving success?
Darby witnessed his uncle's devastating mistake and learned a valuable lesson about persistence. Years later, Darby found success selling life insurance. He attributed his success to his unwavering commitment to never giving up on a sale, even after countless rejections. He learned that persistence, often fueled by a burning desire to succeed, can be the key differentiator between those who achieve their goals and those who fall short.
It's almost like turning a negative experience into fuel for future success. He took his uncle's heartbreaking failure and turned it into a powerful motivator.
Darby's story really underscores a crucial point. Success often requires pushing beyond our comfort zones, even when faced with setbacks and challenges.
Yeah, it's easy to feel discouraged when things get tough. But maybe those challenges are actually opportunities to refine our approach and strengthen our resolve. This ties back to Hill's secret.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As we explore these principles, we're starting to see the interconnectedness of Hill's ideas. He dedicates an entire chapter to the importance of faith, which he considers a crucial element in manifesting success.
But when we're talking about faith in the context of achieving wealth and goals, it sounds a bit, mystical. What exactly does Hill mean by faith?
Right. Hill isn't referring to religious faith, but rather a deep, unwavering belief in yourself and your ability to achieve your goals. He describes faith as the head chemist of the mind, the element that transforms thoughts into tangible results.
So it's about believing in your vision and trusting that you have the power to make it a reality.
Precisely, Hill argues that faith isn't about passively hoping for things to happen, but actively shaping your reality by aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. He suggests a technique called autosuggestion, which involves repeatedly affirming your beliefs and giving instructions to your subconscious mind.
It sounds like a way to reprogram your thinking to replace self-doubt with self-belief. Does this connect back to Edwin Barnes constantly visualizing himself working alongside Edison?
Exactly. That's a perfect example of autosuggestion in action by repeatedly visualizing his desired outcome. Barnes essentially imprinted that vision onto his subconscious mind, making it more likely to manifest in reality.
This is fascinating. It's almost like training your mind to attract success by feeding it positive affirmations and visualizing your desired outcomes. But is there any scientific evidence to support this idea of autosuggestion?
Well, while Hill's work predates modern neuroscience, contemporary research on neuroplasticity and the power of the subconscious mind supports the idea that our thoughts and beliefs can shape our reality. Repeated affirmations and visualizations can create new neural pathways in the brain, influencing our behavior and actions in a way that aligns with our desired outcomes.
So it's not just about wishful thinking. There's a neurological basis for how our thoughts can influence our actions and ultimately our results. This faith principle is starting to make more sense.
And to further illustrate the power of faith, Hill shares stories of individuals who overcame incredible odds. He highlights John Bunyan, who wrote his masterpiece, Pilgrim's Progress, while imprisoned for his beliefs. There's O. Henry, the famous short story writer who discovered his talent while serving time in prison, and of course the extraordinary Helen Keller, who achieved greatness despite being deaf and blind.
These are remarkable examples of resilience and the power of the human spirit to triumph over adversity. It seems like Hill is suggesting that challenges, even seemingly insurmountable ones, can be catalysts for growth and achievement.
Precisely. These individuals didn't allow their circumstances to define them. They harnessed their faith, their inner strength, and their unwavering belief in themselves to achieve extraordinary things.
It's a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to overcome challenges and achieve greatness, regardless of our circumstances. But it's not always easy to maintain that faith, especially when facing setbacks and limitations. Does Hill offer any guidance on how to cultivate that unwavering belief in oneself?
He does. Hill emphasizes the importance of feeding your mind with positive input, surrounding yourself with supportive people, engaging in activities that inspire you, and constantly reminding yourself of your goals and aspirations. He also stresses the importance of action. Faith without action is simply wishful thinking.
So it's about aligning your actions with your beliefs and taking consistent steps towards your goals. This makes me think about Hill's own son Blair, who was born without external ears. Didn't Hill use this principle of faith to help Blair overcome this challenge?
He did. Doctors believed Blair would be deaf and mute, but Hill refused to accept this limitation. He instilled in Blair a burning desire to hear and speak, constantly reinforcing this belief through positive affirmations and stories of triumph over adversity.
That's incredible. What was the outcome?
Against all odds, Blair eventually achieved normal hearing and went on to have a successful career helping others with hearing impairments. This personal story demonstrates Hill's profound belief in the power of faith to overcome even the most daunting challenges.
It's a truly inspiring story that speaks to the power of belief, not just in ourselves, but in the potential of others. But this raises an interesting question. If faith is so powerful, can it be applied to influencing others as well?
That's a great question, and Hill explores this very concept by highlighting the extraordinary influence of Mahatma Gandhi.
Gandhi. Now we're talking about leadership on a global scale. What does a peaceful revolutionary have to do with achieving wealth and success?
Hill argues that Gandhi's immense influence built on principles of faith and cooperation offers a powerful model for leadership, particularly in a world increasingly interconnected. He believes that leaders who understand and embody this principle of faith, not just in themselves but in others, will be the most successful in the future.
So it's not just about personal faith, but about inspiring and cultivating faith in those around you.
Precisely, this expands Hill's philosophy beyond individual achievement to encompass a broader vision of collective progress and positive impact. He suggests that Think and Grow Rich isn't just about accumulating wealth, but about maximizing human potential and creating a better world.
This expands the definition of success beyond material wealth to include a sense of purpose and positive contribution to the world.
Exactly. And while we don't have time to cover every detail of Hill's philosophy in this deep dive, I do want to touch on a few other key principles he discusses.
I'm all ears. What else does he explore?
He delves into the power of specialized knowledge, the importance of surrounding yourself with a mastermind, a group of like-minded individuals who support and challenge you, and even the concept of transmuting sexual energy into creative energy.
Hold on, turning sexual energy into creative energy. That sounds intriguing, but also a bit complicated.
It's certainly a complex concept and perhaps a topic for another deep dive, but it highlights Hill's unconventional thinking and his belief in harnessing all forms of energy to achieve our goals.
So we've covered so much ground in our deep dive into Think and Grow Rich. From the power of burning desire to the importance of faith, and even, the intriguing concept of transforming sexual energy into creative energy. Hill's ideas are certainly thought-provoking.
Yeah, it's fascinating how these seemingly disparate principles all contribute to Hill's secret to success.
Yeah.
It's less about a specific formula and more about cultivating a mindset that attracts success.
So it's not just about wanting something intensely, but about aligning your beliefs and actions with your desires and taking consistent steps toward your goals.
Precisely, Hill emphasizes that the power to achieve our goals lies within us. It's about harnessing the power of our minds to shape our reality.
Hill's quote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve," really highlights this idea. But if this secret is so accessible, why don't more people achieve great wealth and success?
That's a great question. Hill addresses this by suggesting that many people simply aren't ready for the secret. They might be held back by limiting beliefs, fear of failure, or lack the burning desire necessary to fuel consistent action.
So it's not a lack of opportunity, but a lack of the right mindset.
That's the core of it. Hill believed that everyone has the potential for greatness, but it requires cultivating the right beliefs and taking deliberate action.
One story that exemplifies this is one about Marshall Field, the merchant, who rebuilt his store after the Great Chicago Fire. He vowed to make it the world's greatest, no matter how many times it burned down.
Yeah, that story perfectly encapsulates the spirit of unwavering desire and belief. It's a reminder that setbacks and failures are inevitable, but it's our response to them that truly determines our success.
It's interesting that Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich during the Great Depression, a time of widespread economic hardship. Did he address this challenging context in the book?
He did. Hill saw the Depression as a period marked by both hardship and opportunity. He observed that fear paralyzed progress and stifled innovation. However, he also believed it presented a chance for a new era, one driven by fresh ideas and bold leadership.
So even amidst adversity, Hill saw the potential for growth and innovation.
Absolutely. He believed that as fear subsided, it would be replaced by renewed faith not just in the economy, but in our collective ability to create a better future.
That message resonates deeply, especially in times of uncertainty. It's a reminder that we have the power to shape our own destinies, even when things seem bleak.
Yeah. He'll even suggest that abundance often comes quickly to those who embrace this mindset, as if the riches were there all along, simply waiting to be claimed.
So it's not about working harder, but about aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your desires.
That's a great way to put it. Hill's philosophy emphasizes harnessing the power of the mind to create the life you want, and he believed this power was available to everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful. Hill's secret might not be a magic formula, but it's a powerful set of principles that can transform lives if applied with dedication.
I agree, it's a call to action to examine our own thoughts and beliefs, identify those that hold us back, and cultivate those that propel us forward.
We've explored so many fascinating concepts from Think and Grow Rich. We'd love to hear from you, our listeners, what resonated with you the most. Have any of these principles sparked an idea or inspired a shift in your thinking? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. We're excited to continue this conversation and learn from your perspectives.
And remember, your journey towards achieving your goals, whatever they may be, begins with a single thought, a burning desire to be and to do something meaningful.